Hey, Venture. I saw an interview recently from Vivek Murthy. He's the Surgeon General of the U.S. He was here in the Bay Area, and he's identified across the U.S. what he calls an epidemic of loneliness, but he said it was particularly heightened here in the Bay Area. And as I saw the interview, I think it's true, not just because of COVID, maybe some of the lifestyle issues here. People are so busy, we're on the go all the time, there's so much to do, that sometimes you fail to connect with other people in those deep relationships that you need. It reminded me why church is so important. Not just what we do when we come to worship services, but the relationships we need in our lives. And as a venture staff, we're always looking for ways, how can we connect people? How can we help you go deeper in those relationships? And so I want to encourage you. We've got a couple of things coming up. On August the 12th, we've got another connection event. We just had one for the ladies, the s'mores night. This next one's for everybody in the church. Anybody can come. It's a Friday night, 7 o'clock. It's just going to be a fun night. They've themed it 80s night, so some people I think are dressing up 80s. I lived in the 80s. I'm not going back. I'm not dressing 80s for anything anymore. But I know there's going to be trivia, some other games. It's just a laid-back atmosphere for people in the church that maybe if you're new or maybe you need to reconnect with others, you have a night to be able to come, hang out, have some activities, do some games, get to know some people, and maybe coming out of that, you start some relationships that you need in the church. Even if you want to take a next step beyond that, the best way is getting a life group. And so I want to highlight for you now, on August the 28th, that's a Sunday in our services, there's going to be a life group fair. In other words, we'll set it up in a way that if you're not in a group, you can sign up for one, you can find out for one. Maybe it's one in your season of life, maybe it's one in your neighborhood, maybe it's one with multi-generational because you'd love some wisdom from an older generation speaking into your life. Regardless of what you're looking for, we've got a group for you. In all of these activities, whether it's a fun 80s night, whether it's life groups, whether it's any other opportunity, we want to provide it, but if you don't step up and step into it, it's not going to happen. And again, I'll go back to those words. It's kind of haunting to hear an epidemic of loneliness. And as the Surgeon General, he lists all the ways that it impacts your life, and all of them are detrimental. Guys, Jesus provided a different way. And part of that way is he provided a church, a family, people connected together. Take advantage of it. Whether it's these events or something else on the website, make sure that you step into it so that you can experience the relationships that our church provides.